In September 2015, Mike Sullivant and I were hiking in a spot with permission on private property and took a break. We stopped at the exact spot we had searched for years for something originally described to us by a now deceased friend. In a sandstone creek bottom were 4 large jar-shaped impressions. A fifth, heavily distorted one was found some 23 feet from these to the east at a later date. We were able to locate this fifth one from recollected conversations with our deceased friend. He believed these to be possible mold halves of Egyptian funerary jars, also known as canopic jars, due to their shape having been left by Pre-Columbian travelers thousands of years ago. This seemed plausible until the water was removed, revealing what appeared to be OA parts or out-of-place artifacts. Examples of OA parts have been found across the globe over the centuries, from the hammer encased in stone found in London, TX in 1934, to the aluminum wedge found buried 33 feet underground in Aiud, Romania in 1974. In September and October 2017, Mike and I repeatedly drained the creek, which took a lot of time and effort due to rain and underground water sources. Mike molded the 5 impressions in silicone, revealing hexagonal features in the molds. World-renowned fossil restorer Joe Taylor was brought in to mold the impressions. He molded the 4 major impressions and a potential part of another located slightly above and directly to the north of the 4. Joe was unable to mold the 5th major one, the one 23 feet away, due to continual water seepage, which made it impossible to mold that day. Late November 2017, I found a heavily worn, barely visible 6th one covered in mud approximately 12 feet to the east of the 5th impression. The impressions are those left by man-made metallic objects. They lie visibly 27 feet plus down under sandstone and appear to be in evolution terms of Pennsylvanian age, 286 to 320 million years ago. They are likely not carved, as a skilled artisan would struggle with carving hexagonal angles into the extremely hard bedrock. There are also apparent dark residual stains left from metal objects in the main 4. In addition to this, the last of 4 and most heavily worn of the set is almost under the surrounding rock. The 5th major impression is heavily distorted, giving the appearance of an object being flash frozen in sediment after shifting to an extent. There is no way this one was carved. The fact that all 6 impressions lay under a permanent water source pretty much eliminates the possibility they were carved. The biggest problem with the impressions is they appear to have been laid down at the same time as the surrounding rock strata, making them possibly hundreds of millions of years old on the evolutionary timetable. This is millions of years before the earliest humans supposedly came on the scene, but could they be much younger? The Bible speaks of a worldwide flood that destroyed all flesh, including what I and many Christians believe was a relatively advanced human population merely thousands of years ago rather than millions. A worldwide flood would rip the earth apart, turning it into a kind of a massive blender. Objects like those that left these creek impressions would have been scattered throughout Earth's geological layers. Noah's flood offers a solid explanation to mystery of OA parts in general. The research on the impressions is just beginning. Mike, Joe, and I will continue to dig deeper into this mystery and will have more details in months and years ahead.